Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful Sunday, late afternoon. Momma Rood and I got that fire going. That's a nice stack of firewood. Hope y'all doing good. Mama, you're in my spot right there. You're going to have to push over.
Wait,
you heard me.
You can't sit right here?
No.
Behind the firewood?
No, I don't like that spot. I don't like that spot, Mama.
Well, another one.
Hope everybody's doing good. Hop on. Tell me where you're from when you hop on if I don't know who you are, so I know where you at, who you are, where you from. Give a few minutes for y'all to jump on. There we go. That'll keep us warm for a little while. What's up, Robert? Where's my wine, Mama? Right here. Yeah, beautiful piece of driftwood I found in a creek.
Where did you find that?
I found that in North Louisiana by the camp, the Rood Ranch, the creek, Chittimacha. The Chittimacha. Wait, no, not Chittimacha. Kisatchie National Forest, yep. Anyway, hope everybody's doing good. We doing good. Wanted to hop on and touch base and get back on these Sunday afternoon lives because I had gotten my Facebook taken away for a while. I used to do these almost every Sunday, right? And talk shop and hang out with you guys and connect. Kind of talk about what's going on, what's good. More importantly, what's bad.
I was about to say.
Because you better talk about what's bad more than what's good. If all you do is talk about what's bad, like you see like my hair falling out, that ain't good, folks.
We were just talking about it today, like we're getting older, like it's starting to set in.
That's right.
Our kids are getting older, we're getting older.
Our babies are no longer babies.
I
My
know.
hair's falling out. My pecker's shrinking. Shit is not working like it used to. Okay?
Oh,
But I digress, right? I digress. You know, the thing is, you got to roll with the punches, right? Like I was telling Mama, it's cold outside. Casey keeps calling me. And you got seasons. You got seasons to life, right? We're going through a rough cycle, a real estate cycle right now where things slow down a lot. Things slow down for a lot of people, including me, right? We went from doing, we were doing $200,000-$300,000 in gross revenue in our wholesaling and flipping business in a month. Yeah, per month to doing, less than half of that. But now we back on track. But the guys that couldn't hang on, it stayed slow for about a year, right? And this ain't my first rodeo going through a slow time. I'm old enough, as you can see, I'm old enough, you see the gray right there, I'm old enough to have lived through 2008. Right? I lived through the great crash of 2008.
that sucked too.
That was really bad too. But I was 25 and I was just a young whippersnapper, young entrepreneur, and I didn't know what was going on. I just thought you just start a business and you make a bunch of money. I didn't have I didn't have savings, I didn't have lines of credit. Shit, almost went bankrupt in 2008. But a lot of the market, got wiped out here this past cycle, right? I had a lot of lines of credit and money saved, and we were able to survive, and now we're back on track. We had a great week last night. We did over 100 and that was net.
Oh.
We did more than that no, that's right. No, we did 7. Yeah, we had 3 deals closed. We did 104,000 in gross revenue, probably netted about 70,000 of that. Just last week, and we've got another 15 flips in the pipeline right now, and then they're rolling in. But that's not what I want to talk to you guys about. I want to talk to you guys about things are not always going to be good. Like, we're coming out of this bad cycle right now, right? And things are going to get good again. For you 20-year-olds, you young 20 and 30-year-olds, things are going to get good again. But you have to learn from the last cycle how to prepare for the next cycle, because things are going to get really good again for if the interest rates keep dropping like they did. I think you can get a loan right now, a consumer loan at 6.5% right now.
What did you learn?
I learned that
I know what you learned. I'm just asking you.
I learned that I got comfortable. And honestly,
Oh, that's not what I thought you was gonna say.
Well, there's some other things. That's just one
Okay.
thing. I got kind of comfortable, but I'd say I could have pushed a little bit harder in learning new skill sets, right? When you get comfortable with one skill and you master one skill, you have to constantly learn new skills. And I learned that I should have gotten into getting my GC license. I should have got my GC license probably 2 years ago and started building new construction and getting into development.
Hold on.
I'm sorry. Big Mama's
Your
getting her
GC
GC license, right?
No. That's my place, okay?
Yeah, Momma Rood's getting her GC license, but I'm gonna be the.
I'm gonna be the better GC.
I'm gonna
than
be.
you.
I'm gonna be running the operation. But I learned that I want to. Well, I don't know. I want to get in development and build new development projects, and I want to get away from old product value add stuff. That's what
You still have not said what
I know, but there's another thing. There's three things that I want to get in a new product. I want to better pick the location because I can find land in really good prices. I want to better pick the location and build new product because then I can get better debt on it for one. I know it's brand new product. You ain't gonna have all the maintenance. 2. And 3, I can cut out the cost if Momma Rood or I's got the GC license. 3. And then the third thing that I learned going through this cycle is that I was making so much money the past 6-7 years from wholesaling, flipping, things of that nature in real estate that when I would buy a mobile home park, I would not borrow the CapEx. If you guys don't know what CapEx means, I wasn't borrowing the money for the repairs. I'd get the loan, buy the mobile home park, and then all the repairs, what I would do is I would use my own capital. I didn't borrow for the repairs because I was making $200,000 or $300,000 a month net.
Okay.
But then when the music stopped and you buy 19 mobile home parks, thank God I was on. I only had maybe 60 trailers to rehab. But when you go from making $200,000 or $300,000 a month, and things slow down, you're making 50, and you still got trailers to turn, and you didn't raise the money to fix all of them. And you got to pay for it, and you don't stop paying for it. That's why. But I wasn't going to stop rehabbing. You plow through it. So we burned through a lot of cash. Now, granted, I got a lot of equity in these properties. I'm probably into some of these mobile home parks 50 and 60 cents on the dollar. But that's what I learned going through this cycle. That you need to become a freaking animal at raising private money. You guys want to take it to the next level? You got to be an animal at raising private money.
Okay, let's make this clear. We don't have any partners in the ones he's talking about. So everything,
all my own nine.
Was
I own 9 parks in Louisiana. Everything I have in Louisiana, I paid for all of it. I'd buy a mobile home park. If it was 40 units, I was going to rehab everything because I had all this cash coming. I was like, I'll just pay for all the rehab. It cost me $12-15 a trailer, and I'll just pay for everything. I built a lot of equity, but when the music stopped, that wasn't good because then I started eating through my reserves, right? Our lines of credit. Luke, that is good to know, man. I appreciate it. We are actually looking for more developers. If you guys know some really badass developers and GCs, contractors, that's who we're looking for. We're looking for those guys to speak. I've got plenty enough, wholesalers and flippers. I mean, we kind of burn out on all that. I mean, we know how to do all that. A lot of our audience and students know how to do that. When we're always looking for new talent to come and speak on that, but look, I do these events just as much for me as for you guys that come. I learn just as much. So I selfishly put on these events so I can learn from these guys. So I'm looking for 1, badass developers, 2, GCs that are building custom homes, big homes, custom nice homes, and apartment complexes, storage, triple net lease. That's the game that we want to play going into this next cycle when things start booming again. Because I do think with COVID, everything kind of got squeezed and everything kind of slowed down and interest rates happen after that. But I think it's going to explode here soon again. What you think, Mama?
Well, we've had the busiest January we've ever had, you said?
No, we have more of in the pipeline than we've ever had in a January. We got 15 flips going.
So we see it like, the snowball's coming.
Yes.
You just have to stick
It slowed down, but now it's wounding itself back up.
Yeah. I think the hardest part is sticking it out and not freaking out.
Yes.
So we've been freaking out a little bit.
Yeah.
Not to be like graphic or anything, but we like to be real.
Yes.
We're not gonna like come on here
Sugarcoat
and
and say, oh yeah, hey, we're making billions.
Let's go buy another Lambo. No, like it's fucking hard, and I think it's so humbling for that to happen, and you have to just pivot and learn more. Like there's always more to learn, and that's why we want to bring in like new skill sets of people that can bring so much value, even for us and for our people.
Yep. And for you guys, we want to bring value to you guys, right?
It's just a matter of time before that cycle comes again, right? So now you're prepared. And
here's a cool thing. Even in 2008, when I was 25, 26, when we went through that cycle, it was really only bad for about a year, right? It was only bad for about a year, but then, and that was really bad. 2008 was really bad. So we've been in this cycle going over a year now, and we can see it's finally turning around. So this tells you real estate can only stay down for so long. You can't keep an industry like real estate with a market cap the size that it has and the demand.
Yeah,
you have so much pent up demand. People still want to build houses. People still buying lots, but they're just holding on to their money, waiting, right? Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, we're looking for more GCs that are badass GCs that are building, nationwide, or even just if you're a badass GC in your local market, building apartments, RV parks, storage, custom luxury houses, land development, you name it, build to rent. We're looking for all those guys because that's the direction we're going in.
Well, I think it's important when the times are low that you look around and you see who's not struggling, like who's still doing well. Like you need to be paying attention to those things and taking note of what. Well,
let's talk about that. Who's not struggling? The service trades are not struggling. Mm-hmm. So that tells you right there.
Yep.
Roofers, HVAC, mechanic
people
shops.
Maintaining what they already have.
Yeah, mechanic shop. My mechanic shop we opened up, we did zero marketing. And I had that mechanic shop I reopened that I had. We did zero marketing. We did $300,000 in like 6 months of just opening with zero marketing, right? Because I had some partners that had some trouble. One of my partners, we were actually getting him out, and I'm coming in. We're going to start putting in some marketing with that. But the service trades, they're going to boom for the next 20 years. No doubt about it.
And they need more good people, like people who show up, do good work, and do what they say what they do.
All you do is show up, do what you say what you do, answer your phone, call people back, follow up. Boom, you can make multi-six figures if you're freaking 20 years old, right? Even if you're not 20 years old, if you're 30 or 40 years old. But I think that's going to boom. Land development's going to boom. It's definitely going to boom. There's pent-up demand everywhere. We're talking, me and my partner's got good high-end contacts in these big builder companies. They are super excited. The rates are coming down and things are starting to get, they're looking to buy lots to start building. And I'm talking about like DSLD, DR Horton. They are super hungry right now. If you guys have questions, post it in the comments. Jeremy Jones says, sorry, I didn't send that deal. I decided to buy it contingent upon rezoning and developing costs. So hopefully I'll be kicking off my first development deal in April. That's awesome, Jeremy. Good for you, dude. And by the way, if you guys want to send us deals, we'll partner with you. Don't send us no trash deals. Got to be a good deal, off market, direct to seller. What's up, Justin? Hope you're doing good, man. We want something that's actually got some juice in it, right? Don't send us something on MLS that's been through, everybody's been through it and nobody wants it, things of that nature. So Dwayne Cotton, 2025 and beyond, we are going to have a major shortage in housing more than now. 100%, Dwayne. That's exactly why we're getting into land development. We have 4 developments going right now. One of which is done, and Mama's going to be, you just listed all the...
Well, it's about to go live this coming week.
This coming week, all the lots are coming live. But it's luxury, but it's high-end lots. We selling those lots for $225,000 a lot, roughly?
Yeah, on average.
Yes, I mean, these lots are quarter-acre lots, $225,000. In the best area, in the best school district, in dead center of Youngsville, Louisiana. So, but we don't recommend you guys doing that. But we bought this property 3 years ago when things were super cheap.
But that's also the price range is still moving.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Tyler also says, in my trucking companies, we get to see how market is trending. Economy is based on freight and what's moving. We can see truckers searching for jobs. Companies are still not being able to support them fully, but it's starting to pick up. That's good news, Tyler. That's really good news to hear. Yep. I think things slowed down a lot, for 2023, but I think 2024 is going to be pretty damn good. Shitty mobile parks are a great asset to market to for developing. They don't make sense to stay as parks. Yeah, you're right about that. Some of them are in such good areas that you can just chop up the land and
make more money, do something,
selling
something
house.
else.
Yeah, building some houses on it for sure. We thought about that in Pensacola, looking because we're in the middle of some badass neighborhoods. We had talked about that. Is anywhere in Louisiana you don't buy?
Sure.
Yes. a lot of places.
Shitty places we don't buy.
Listen, Louisiana.
The flooding is bad in Louisiana, so you have to be careful with that. So that's areas we don't buy. Insurance is so outrageous. We don't buy in a lot of areas because of that.
Yep. Where do you think the rates start to drop? I think right now, I think rates are like for a regular loan right now. I think they're like 6.5. All right, I might have saw 6.25. I think we might see 5.75, 6%. I don't think they're going to drop any lower than that. We may see 5.5.
I don't know. We've been told end of March.
Yep. But I don't listen. Don't bank on seeing 2.5 to 3.5% interest rates ever again, though. I don't see it going. If they would do that again, it would just spike everything up to just ridiculous. That's what caused a lot of the, the inflation and just it was just too much. That when money's that cheap and you can get a loan at 2.5, 3%, it's not healthy because it spikes all the asset prices. It's not good for everybody because the inventory goes to hardly nothing. And it's too much competition because everybody's fighting for houses. Yeah, it's a big spike, but I don't think that's. I think 5 to 6% is healthy. Anything below 5, and maybe hopefully in 2 years we see 4.5. But I could be wrong. Maybe we do see 3% again or 3.5. That would be great, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. So if you locked in, I locked in some really good loans. Like one of my beach houses in Gulf Shores, we got 3.5% at 30-year fix. My Destin house, my beach house in Destin. We got that at 4.1% 30-year fix. I ain't selling that. I told Mom if things ever got really, really bad, I would sell my personal house that I live in here before I'd sell
anything on the beach.
Anything that you have on the beach, right? That you have a low interest rate. Jeremy Jones. So stay out of the hood and flood zones.
Yeah,
got it. Yeah,
you don't want to get capped, okay?
Yeah, we don't.
We've been there.
Louisiana is the second to poorest state in the union. Jeremy, so you can't expect to. Behind Mississippi, you can't expect that. Just because we live in Louisiana and we're investors, that we're not going to invest. Well, I'm only investing in the good areas, and honestly, I'm trying to get out of Louisiana and get into some better markets in Alabama or in Florida and Texas. So I am buying Tennessee. That's right. I am buying a mobile home park in a couple weeks. We're closing on in Brookshaven, Mississippi. We're closing on that here in about 2 to 4 weeks. So, but it's a good area. Hey, I think it will stable out there too. No more 2 or 3s. Yeah, I agree with that, Luke. I just don't see that happening. That was a fluke. If you didn't buy real estate when the 2 and 3 rates, you missed the biggest opportunity in world history. So, Tyler, we did one in Milton, Florida, on a park that had 10 shitty trailers, and county wouldn't let us add pads for RVs, so we just developed it into 22 lots and sold that. That's good.
Milton's a great spot. You like that?
Yeah, I like Milton. I flipped quite a few houses over there, Tyler. That's good information, Tyler. It's good to know. We should tell our partners that if we ever get a park that's we can't do nothing with. New construction down in Panhandle is still very good. New construction down in the Panhandle is still very good. So I've been focused there. If you got a shitty park in Pensacola, I have the builder. Awesome, Tyler. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, no, it's if you're in certain markets, is still booming, right? You're right. The Panhandle of Florida is still doing pretty good. Dwayne said we are expanding our home building business into North Carolina and then to East Tennessee. We build fast. Time to market is key. Yep. That's right. So Dwayne, you're a home builder. That's pretty cool, man. That's real cool. That's what Patty and I are going to be getting into. But more, I don't want to be a big builder as far as having 20, 30 houses going on one time. We want to build some big, nice custom houses one at a time. And mostly we get in a GC license so we can build our own stuff to keep for buying old AirBnBs on lakes, waterfronts. We try to build some cabins, stuff of that nature. So what do you think will happen with this bad debt commercial, like big office spaces, big foreclosures coming there, I've heard? Man, I think at the end of the day, a lot of people bought and overbought and overpaid for a lot of shit. Right? So I always tell you guys, if you can't steal it, don't buy it. Now, a lot of those deals have got sucked up and you can't get those deals no more. This is why we are getting into new development, because you can't. I was buying a mobile home park every other month for shit. I bought 19 parks in 5 years. Last year I only bought one park. There's just no inventory. This is why we're getting our GC license. And I'm telling you guys, y'all need to look into getting your GC license and develop too. Otherwise, if you're just looking for a bunch of value add stuff, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But all the inventory that's going to that they overpaid for, I mean, the banks are going to have to take a hit on. Would I pick that up listen, I will buy a snowball stand on the side of the road if it's on a great piece of real estate and I can buy it for 50 cents on the dollar and I can steal it legally, morally, and ethically. Hell yeah, I'll buy it. So would I buy some commercial stuff? Absolutely. I mean, how can you lose if you buy shit at 50 cents on the dollar? But yeah, Luke, I don't asset discriminate, and neither should you guys. Like, all these guys say, hey, apartments are the best, commercial properties the best. You heard that from a lot of guys for the past, 5, 6 years, really pushing apartments, and they're the best thing since sliced bread. And that's what drove that shit into a bubble. That's what made that shit skyrocket and got into, people buying shit at a 3 and 4 cap. I mean, how did that make any sense? And if you did buy at a 3 and 4 cap, how are you, with the insurances going up, and it's not like rents are going up. Rents are not going up, folks. They're actually coming down, right? So, a lot of people sold all these syndications, including big fucking influencers and big time real estate investors, saying, oh, we're going to buy now and we're going to bank on more inflation and bank on more rents rising. I mean, how much more can it rise? How much more can rents go up? How much more can values go up? I mean, yes, historically they always go up, but historically you've never seen a real estate cycle this big. So to buy at the top of the market cycle and to buy at full price, banking on things continuing to go up, I think is a bad strategy. And I could be wrong, but I mean, shit, I just don't understand how they can just keep going up. I really don't.
Well, I feel like the reason why we made it through the cycle, even though, we still had our own struggles, is because everything we owned was such a great deal that, it just wasn't that intense to pay for. I mean, we can still lower the rents and pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah, so, this is why you got to have a cushion.
Yeah.
You got to have a cushion. You got to have equity going in. Equity is key. I mean, look, you got two ways you can be a real estate investor. You can be a value add real estate investor, which I've been doing, which I recommend everybody do. Or you can be a market trend investor. That's kind of like what Grant Cardone or those big syndicators do, where they'll buy in high-end markets. They'll pay top dollar, hoping that based off the migration patterns, that rents will just keep rising because there's so much demand, because people keep moving in, and population just keeps on growing, that you'll work yourself out of what you paid for it. Meaning, if you paid, you bought it at 3.5, 4 cap, it doesn't matter, because in 10 years, you have, whatever it may be, 5,000 people a day moving into that city. The demand for housing just keeps going up, and the value will keep going up, and rents will keep going. That's the two types of investors. I like to play the value add game, where I can buy properties discounted and fix them up again. But I don't want to play that game either. And I don't want to I'm not willing to play that, the game where you hoping to buy it now at one price and it goes up because you're thinking it's just going to keep going up. I want to play I pick the location, I buy the land at a good price, and I build up ground up new construction. There's a book that a guy recommended to me. I haven't read it yet, but he said it's phenomenal. It says, Build, Not Buy. I don't know if any of you guys have read that. And the older I get, and the more I do this game, I'm starting to realize that that's going to be the play. That's where the bigger players go. All the biggest real estate investors are freaking developers. They're not value add C-class apartments guys or even mobile home park guys. Dude, they are buying awesome land in a great area that they can pick, and they're developing it from ground up. Class, legacy class assets, tier one assets that they can hold on to for 20 years and then exit.
But I think it's important that you have to start somewhere.
You have that's what I was getting to. So true. You got to start.
You have to start
Even
somewhere.
single family homes. You should start with single family homes.
Just buy it right. That's the thing. Like everything works if you just buy it for the right numbers in the right location. So I don't want the people who are just starting out in real estate.
No, a lot of you guys listen to me. I'm telling you, get your GC license, develop. No, that's I've been in this game 17 years, full time, going on 9 years. No, I've been doing this shit a long time. You do not start off contracting developing. You need to start off with learning how to find deals. Wholesaling, direct to seller marketing. Then you're going to start off with raising private money after that. Then you're going to start flipping. Once you flip, you got a bunch of money. You start to get a tax burden because you're making a lot of money flipping. Then you get into buy and hold to get that depreciation. Once you got the buy and hold handled, then you need to start getting into development. And that's the cycle. That is the progression that I talk about, right? This is what I talk about a lot of my masterminds, right? You got to go through that progression. Dude, most people start off with value add properties or single family homes and build their way up to multifamily, and then or a little fourplex or sixplex. Then they end up doing a big apartment that's value add. Then they realize, man, shit, it might be easier. Maybe 7-8 years down the road, they tell themselves it might be easier just for me to build new construction. And that's what I've observed, watched from other big players. This is not my opinion. I study people. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know how they got wealthy. I want to know how they built their wealth. And I'm telling you, there is a progression. A gradient scale progression. You don't go zero to hero overnight. No. You need to go through that cycle. You need to go through that progression I just told you guys about. Still doing well over here in several Texas market, Chris. That's awesome, dude. Good for you, but that's good, man. Texas, dude. I mean, you can't miss in Texas. I mean,
no,
you can't miss.
Good market.
Dude, I told Mama where I want to move in Texas.
Dallas.
Dude, I want to go to Dallas or Fort Worth. I would move there in a heartbeat, but we got too much family over here. But we're gonna get over there eventually.
Well, we like Tennessee too.
Yeah. How do you raise a kid that's not entitled to? Wow, that's
not entitled.
Not entitled? You beat that ass. That's how you raise them kids. You beat that ass.
First of all, we are not
professional.
Yes,
well,
professional parents.
Well, we are though. We're 5 kids.
Listen, there's one thing our kids are entitled to. Let me tell you what it is. Good food.
Yes.
This is the hardest struggle for us because they love good food. That's been
from South Louisiana.
Most
What's up,
of
Chase?
them like to work, but yeah, that's our biggest struggle. So we're not perfect at parenting. We don't want to answer parenting questions.
Yep.
But they know we ain't covering their ass forever. Just know that.
Yep, for sure. But no, guys, if you want to learn, listen, I'm telling you, the Allies Mastermind will blow your freaking mind because I bring players. Listen, I don't just bring anybody. I bring players. I bring guys that are doing big shit that you can learn actual real information. This ain't motivational shit, like, raw, you get all pumped up. We're going to get you all no, listen, we're going to give you the gems. I bring people that are doing awesome stuff in real estate and business. They're going to show you exactly what they're doing. No motivational shit. We don't need, listen, if you come to Allies, you're spending that kind of money, you don't need to be motivated, right? So understand, we're actually looking for another mastermind. We're looking for, if anybody knows of a good GC and development mastermind that Momma Rood and I can go in, shut up, dog, that we can go and be a part of.
Yeah.
We are looking for a good a mentorship or mastermind. So, and we got big developers. And Eric Hensley is going to come to our event, and he's a speaker and part of my master, part of Allies. He's going to come and talk, and he's doing big shit in Nashville, big shit. Luxury is the play on new construction as prime focus. Yeah. The builder I'm using for my house down in Citrus County will make almost $300K on one house where he would need to do 6 to 10 specs.
I guarantee the builder that sold us this house made at least that or more. A lot
It is easier to find land for spec houses and first-time home buyer price points, however.
Yeah, it's true. it's very, you have to find houses like that most of the time off market. And
Yeah.
it is. It's
Gerald
true.
says, what are your thoughts on self-storage development? I like the ideas of converting retail space for 1,000 plus climate. I mean, I don't want to give you advice of something I've never done. I bought one small self-storage and I kept it maybe 6 months.
Our friends who have self-storage
do really well.
Great in it. And I know that's all a zoning play, really.
Yeah. Well, I do think it's getting kind of oversaturated too, though. I think
It depends on the area. You have to do your research.
Do your research. Look at the supply. Look at the demand. If you guys that are just starting off, if you can just understand supply and demand, if that's all you understand in business, how much supply is in that market and what's the demand? If there's not enough supply to meet the demand, do it. That's really just shooting from the hip. If you want to be a good business, real estate investor, business owner, like that's all you got to look at.
I know we have 2 storage units and that shit's on auto pay, and I'm not even trying to get my stuff out of there. So, I mean, it's easy to manage.
Yep. Luke says DeSantis is out, down to Nikki and the Don. What you think? Ooh, man, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If it ain't a fucking shit show here soon, I'd be shocked. If we don't have some kind of half-assed catastrophe where they, go and try to have another big C 18+1 on steroids that they're going to go and release.
Yeah, go take your vitamin D now.
I'd be shocked. Look what happened in 2020 when look what they did. That's all you got to actually look what they did in 2020. If you smart enough to know what's going on, you smart enough to realize that anybody that's gained this much power, influence, and stroke over the U.S. government who doesn't have good intention is not going to let go all this power without causing a huge disruption. It's called the scorched earth policy. Do you honestly think that the Democrats are going to give back all the power that they've usurped and taken? Let's just be honest with ourselves. Illegally, immorally, and unethically. We all know what happened. Let's be real. We all know what happened on here. I ain't got it. You guys follow me. You ain't the people that follow me ain't no dummies. We all cut from the same cloth here, so I can just speak frankly. We all know that it was stolen. We all know that here. So do you guys honestly think they're going to give it back? No. You guys better prepare. I've been preparing and prepping now for probably 12 years. I got, Mama, how much shit I got?
Too much.
Don't y'all come over here trying to get my shit either.
No, we got lots of lead.
I got lots of lead. I got more lead than anything. But you better have a plan. You better get prepared. I hope it don't go down. But I do think is a strong possibility that we may see some fireworks in 2024.
He has been preparing me. Mentally.
How many years?
Well, first of all, when the 2020 happened, he was like, "Yeah, I told you." I'm not shocked.
But how long have I been telling you this shit's been going on?
He makes me watch these scary shows so I can prepare myself mentally, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take the silver bullet."
She don't want to have to.
I don't want to suffer.
She don't want to suffer if things get bad and we have let's be real. They gonna blow something up.
Tell them about that stupid show you had us watch, The Road.
Who has seen The Road?
Don't ever watch that.
If you want to mentally prepare yourself, just to get your wife or kids on board, just say, hey, this is what might happen. Watch The Road.
No, don't. No.
It's the closest thing to reality that.
No, it's so horrible. I will not.
It's bad.
I will not. Mm-mm.
But anyway, that's what I think will happen. I think they'll cause some type of diversion, distraction. Frankly speaking, false flag operation. And they'll blame it on Russia. They'll blame it on China. And they need a diversion. They need a distraction. That's what I think. I mean, historically.
Listen, when they say they're going left, you go right.
Yeah.
Just know. Just know what you're listening to. Just know what you're dealing with.
Mainstream media is all propaganda. We all know that. If they say that this person's bad, he's probably good. If they say this person's good, he's probably bad. Mm-hmm. And then if you just operated with that mindset right there, you'd be in good shape.
Yeah, you're going to know.
You're going to be in good shape. So that's my thoughts, Luke. I think you need to prepare. get your house in order, have a plan, maybe get some, backup food,
Try to
some
get rid
water,
of some bad assets.
water,
And
stack some cash, get into things that are needed and wanted. So there you go. That's what I think, Luke. Dwayne, when the commercial lease expired that were signed before 2020, you are going to see a lot of vacant office space, in my opinion. Yep. Deal underwriting is key. 100%, Brandon. Yep, you got to underwrite, and you got to be spot on with your underwriting. You got to stress test it, and you got to play worst case scenario. Don't play best case scenario.
And you have to have boots on the ground.
Yes, to help you, that have a vested interest, that own the property.
Yep,
100%. Jared, come to Houston. Dude, I'm down I'm only 3.5 hours away from Houston, so... Yeah, I'll definitely buy anything in that Houston area that makes sense. We have 5. I get it. What's up, Jay? We've seen you cook, girl. I can't even be mad at him. What's up, Chris Jackson, Cleet, Garrett? Garrett, let's try to talk. I got time got away from me, Garrett. Let's talk. Let's talk tomorrow. Just shoot me a text. Let's see. And they got a lot of my students on here. Ryan Corville. Definitely learn how to flip money first. Rentals, Airbnbs, win new development, bigger projects. We're a housing cruise in Leesville, Toledo Bend area, costing us $5K a month. Trailers on a lot, so 50 to 75K properties. Demand is high there. Awesome.
Oh, that's good. We just sold a camp in Toledo Bend and we doubled our money in no time.
Yep. That's right, Luke. They can't have the big orange man bag. You know that. That's right. 100%, Chad. Haley is a dim in disguise. Okay. We're going to steal it back and help them look for it. Well, hopefully we'll see. You speak Russian or Chinese, Chris?
No,
I don't. No, I don't speak any of that, but... she sounds like Shelby. She gives me hell. She likes how many guns can you hold at once. Yeah. Better get some type. That's why you got the Second Amendment, guys. The Second Amendment was, those guys, listen, Benjamin Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, all those guys ain't no dummies. Those guys were modern day geniuses. They wrote that Constitution, that Bill of Rights, because they had saw what the aristocrats and the powers that be in Europe had did to the people. And they didn't want that to happen again. You live in the modern day Atlantis here in America. We got it made. We have all these rights. We're the most prosperous country in the world because you can only hold down free people for unfree people for so long. And that's what happened. Everybody moved from Europe and across the world into the United States because they wanted more freedom. And those guys, all the Europeans that started that Revolutionary War, they just built the Constitution and Bill of Rights thinking hundreds of years into the future. If you go read Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson's biographies, go read them and about what they wrote about. Those guys were freaking geniuses. They had it figured out. So don't take for granted what you have here and your rights.
It also makes us kind of jaded.
Yep. And not
Not
appreciative.
prepared, yeah.
Flexibility in what you build, smaller homes for first-time buyers is huge. However, quantity is the play. Luxury is better margins, but more risky and takes capital out of play for longer. That is true. There
that's
you go.
True. And we would only do one at a time.
Yep. Luke says that's depressing as hell.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta face reality. Then they'll put Big Mike in there. Yep, you're probably right. Brandon says, you're my kind of guy, Chris. Hey, Brandon, appreciate that, brother, man. Fortify your environment, cash, gold, lead, food. Dude, that's all. Look, beans, bullets, Bible, how do they say that? Just be smart, have a plan, and know that 2024 and 2025 are going to probably be very, very interesting.
Let me just tell you a little bit about Chris. Everything
I gotta go pee, Patty.
Is worst case scenario. Huh, Chris?
Well, that's how you have to play.
He's like living like he's dying every day.
But see, when you live like you're dying every day, when shit goes good, then you can really be excited.
I know, but listen, that's hard to live with. It's hard, y'all. So everything is done with worst case scenario. And to be honest, I think he's crazy because I'm a dreamer and I'm very creative and I just think differently than he does. So I'm like, I'm getting up every day like it's the best day ever, trying to like make it the best day ever. And he's just like trying to think worst case scenario. I'm like, dude, it ain't happening today. Stop thinking that way. So we're kind of yin and yang, but it's good when the shit goes down and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know, when 2020 happened, you know, I think he did a live right away and he had like 400 people on because he was like, I have been studying for this my whole life. I read books about this very scenario and I'm going to tell everybody about it. Right, Chris?
What's that?
You know, like you're studying for this situation to finally happen and it happens. And it's just like,
Listen.
I've been studying for this my whole life. Like, I don't know anyone who studies like this dude. I don't think y'all understand. We watched Napoleon for the past 2 nights and it's horrible to watch it with a historian because he's like, that ain't fucking true. That's not, I don't want to watch this shit. Anyway, it's
Hollywood propaganda.
It is. It's a lot of it's propaganda, but it prepares you for when the shit finally goes down. You know what you're doing.
It's a stoic way of looking at things, guys.
Yeah.
It's when you look at things from as they are, and you don't fluff things in your head, and you almost reverse negative think about all the possible bad things, all the possible consequences. If it happens, you've been there in your mind and you're prepared. And that's how I've always thought as an entrepreneur. And that way you're not shocked. It's good to be positive and like, man, I'm pumped up. Yeah, man, revenue's up. We're going to make a lot of money this year. But also think in your mind, what if it doesn't? What if this goes bad? What if that goes bad? It's called game theory, right? You're game theory in your mind. You're having a backup plan. You're having a plan A, B, C, D, and F. And that's just how it's got to be, right? So Jay says, quit manifesting that bad shit.
That's what I tell him, Jay. I swear. That is who I am. I'm manifesting good shit. Like, I'm thinking I'm in a boat in the middle of Miami. Like, I'm trying to see the vision. He's just like, it's coming. The bad shit's coming.
Well, it cycles, right? It cycles. I mean,
but
it's happened, but you can't bullshit. Listen,
Yeah,
you guys
I
have
know.
been born in the greatest time in the past 80 years. If you were born in the 1915, 1920s, you went through World War I, you went through World War II, you went through the Korean War, then you went through the Vietnam War. Then we had, especially after World War II, we had 80 years of peace and prosperity in the United States. Everything comes in cycles. You back up even prior to World War I, that happened in 1915 to 1919. Dude, we had a civil war in 1861. That was only what, 60 years before that? And then in 1776, 70 years prior to that, they had another civil war in America, which was what? The Revolutionary War. Don't kid yourself. The Revolutionary War was a civil war because a lot of people didn't want to secede from the British. There was only like 1% of the people that fought to stand up against the British. So you got to understand, these things happen. And there's cycles, and you can't bullshit yourself. That shit like that goes down. We've just had it so good. Like I said earlier in the live, we live in modern day Atlantis. You have fucking everything. We have all this fucking technology. I mean, I'm talking to you guys on a live stream. We have phones, technology, food. I mean, dude, even if you're poor in America, you still got it made compared to most countries. You're not allowed to fall so far, right? You're only allowed to fall so far. Don't rest on your laurels. Don't be so naive to think that life as it is will always be like it is. Because 100 years from now, America's not going to look like this. It's not going to continue to go. Everything is in cycles and seasons. You guys need to read the Fourth Turning, right? Or Ray Dalio's stuff. So anyway, Jeremy says, I agree with Chris. If you prepare for the worst and the best case happens, awesome, but you're prepared to win in the worst case. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
This is Chris Rood in a nutshell. Yep.
Elijah, we stay ready. That's right. Elijah, you a good old boy from the South, just like me. You're from South Louisiana, Baton Rouge, or Denham Springs. that shit, I don't know if it's just in our brain or what, or it's how it is, right? It's how it's got to be. You got to prepare. You got to think. It's better to be.
Oh my God, Luke.
I'd rather be a pessimist. What did Luke say?
His next book, A Rude Awakening. You already said this. Luke, you know him too well.
Americans are entitled, at least so many think this way. Title for the next book, Rude Awakening. May have to do that, Luke. I told Patty that. I said we're gonna have to do a book, The Rude Awakening, or Beyond the Skill, something. If we can only build pyramids, there you go, Brian. Studying Stoicism has helped me in business more than anything.
Yes.
Absolutely, Dwayne. It's.
Well, we have our kids studying that also, because y'all talked about how you raise kids a certain. Our oldest, second to oldest, reads a lot of books of Stoicism.
Yep. Studying Stoicism is a mandatory for you guys that are entrepreneurs, real estate investors, people that really push the limits in your mind, financially, physically, emotionally. Stoicism should be put in every school system. Mm-hmm. Every kid should be taught it. It's not a religion. It's a philosophy. Yeah. And it works and it makes sense.
And with all the people, having trouble with anxieties and everything, Stoicism is a huge skill to learn.
Yes.
Huge.
Those guys that lived in Plato's days, Socrates, Aristotle, Cato, Plato, all those guys, right? Those guys were no dummies. I've read a lot of their books, a lot of stuff that made a lot of sense, right? And they went through a lot harder times. They didn't have all the technology and the comforts that we have today. You guys should pick up Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. One of my favorite books is How to Think Like a Roman Empire by Dennis something. How to Think Like a Roman Emperor. By far, one of my favorite books. I read that last year, and I read it again. I read it twice in 1 year. It was that good. So pick that book up. Really great book on just how to, because look, we got to handle a lot of stress and anxiety as entrepreneurs. We take on debt. We push the limits. We do things that are not normal that most people do. If you're not mentally prepared or you can't handle stress, it'll fucking crush you, right?
I think a lot of times when we do have off time, we watch a lot of movies about war.
Yes.
Because it puts things in perspective and it just makes you toughen up a little bit because you see what real toughness is. So I think that's important too.
Well, I think
you're tougher than I am. I'm working on myself.
Yeah, it's called stress inoculation. Yeah. You got to put yourself in that environment, but on a gradient scale, right? If you're never in a stressful environment, and you get into a stressful environment by default, which if you live on planet Earth, you will get in a stressful environment. If you're an entrepreneur, a real estate investor, you will get into a stressful environment eventually. You'll panic. Right, I remember the first real estate crash we had in 2008 when I was 25. I panicked. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I didn't know that this happens. Right, I was too young to know. But if you're constantly putting yourself in an uncomfortable position and thinking in your mind every bad thing that can happen and putting yourself there, not visualizing to attract it, but just seeing that through in your mind. When it does happen, it's not as painful because your mind's already been there. So stress inoculation is kind of like doing cold plunge therapy. Getting that cold, Mama, go get in that cold pool. Show them how stoic you are. Do that cold plunge.
I'm still working on myself.
Stuff of that nature, right? Doing hard shit. If you can normalize hard shit, when shit gets hard, it's normal. Mm-hmm. And becomes a lot easier. But if all you do is entertain yourself all day, fuck off all day, chasing pleasures, right? Like Mama, she's always try to have sex with me all the time. I have to tell her, hey, look, give me a break. Things of that nature. Then you're pleasure driven, right? And when shit gets hard, you can't handle it. So put yourself in a tough position. It's called stress inoculation. Lift the heavy weights. Do some cold plunge, right? Do things of that nature, right? Anyway, jump in, nude Chris. Man, y'all don't want to see that. You ain't gonna come back on this live.
That'll be in the next mastermind.
Yeah, that's the next mastermind. So anyway, you guys, if y'all want to come on, hang out. We want to meet more people. We want to, if you want to come out to the Allies Mastermind, March 6th and 7th. It was in Nashville. We switched it to Louisiana because it's going to be probably too cold in Nashville, and it's going to be too hot in June to do in Louisiana. So we're going to swap. March 6th and 7th, Lafayette, Louisiana, at my house here, or right here in that living room. We can fit about 65 people max. We'll have a big party out here. It'll be a good time. I guarantee you that. Inbox me, allies. If you need some coaching, inbox me. If you want to get on a call, I can help you with your game. Otherwise, the one after that in June will be Nashville. If you know big-time developers or GC contractors, inbox me that you may think that would be a good fit for our mastermind, because we're looking to learn from. We want some heavy hitters that are big into development, because we feel like that's where the strategic advantage is at right now. Sounds like shit's get wild in the masterminds, dude. Listen, if you ain't masterminding, Jeremy, you masturbating. So get your ass over here. Otherwise, you just masturbating, dude. So anyway, love you guys. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Stay warm out there. Catch us on the next live next Sunday for the Fireside Chat with me and Big Momma Rood. Peace.